time's the show?
12:30.
So what is this that you're wearing? What is the style? Or?
This is a steampunk outfit that I came up with on my own.
What makes it steampunk?
Steampunk is a genre of science fiction that's sort of set in Victorian England if it had evolved to our technology today that had the same sort of style. So it's all clockwork and steam power as opposed to electricity and nuclear and all that. That's it.
Pretty cool. I like that.
I like it. Thank you.
It's a steampunk Spider-Man and steampunk Green Goblin of our own creation.
Nice. Thank you very much.
We've been doing the Steampunk 101 for a very long time, many years here and at other conventions. And we thought, okay, that's great. We keep talking about what is it. So we wanted to kind of look at, well, what next? What do you need to know beyond that? That isn't a props panel or isn't a costuming panel per se.
So I've never been to a science fiction convention before, and I'm left asking a lot of questions, like, for example, what is cosplay? What is steampunk? Well, it turns out that the steampunk is a variety of cosplay, and steampunk is a subgenre that has been influenced by the scientific romances of people like Jules Verne, H.G. Wells, Mary Shelley. The characters have been created for the cosplay of steampunk that have generally been derived from a British Victorian era, or sometimes there's American Wild West characters, or characters from a post-apocalyptic future, like a Mad Max kind of environment. And the dominant power source in this world from which these characters come appears to be steam, and that results in all sorts of fantastical contraptions and accessories that can be used with the characters.
Todd Clark, I'm the director of the Toronto Steampunk Society. You've probably seen me wandering around. I end up doing a lot of panels. I've been doing this since, this will be in my 7th year now, because I didn't start cosplaying until my 40s, and I started with steampunk. I do the T-duels, but yes, I have a broad variety of many characters. I have several characters that are based on other characters, comic book characters in particular. We were talking earlier just before about Steampunk Batman. I do Steampunk Green Lantern. I like to think I'm the original because I've seen a whole bunch since I started doing it. I also do Steampunk Starman. I'll take a character I like and figure out what it would look like. And there's been several comics based on, well, let's do a steampunk version of this character. What would he have been like in that era? I like to do that, and I like to put a twist on it and figure out. So, because I'm a role player, I played a lot of D&D because I've played since Basic Edition. To me, it's very easy. People are always, well, how do you figure that out? Well, I've just done it so often that it's a well-used muscle. Figure out, for me to figure out what this character is, what he would have, I started with the uniform. Well, he's a British officer. I got the kilt because I really wanted to kill. But before I got the kilt, I got the Black Watch Sporran because I found it cheap. So I got the Black Watch Sporran. So it helps. The pieces are adding to the character. So this officer was a member, at least at one point, was a member of the Black Watch Regiment. And you can build the character that way. Look at what piece you just found and how do you add this to your character? How do you build it? Jody's another comic book character, Blackhawk. He's one of the Blackhawks, which were a World War II mercenary fighter squadron on the side of the Allies. It's a great character. There was a whole bunch of them.
Which means anybody wants to join me, I can show you how to build some of this stuff.
You can be
and we could do an actual squadron at some point, just, you know. The reason we're talking about characterization with regards to steampunking is often we do get different kinds of questions, and we've had members who've been with us for years who still ask the same question: does this go with this? And characterization is one of the ways you can make that decision for yourself. Much like what Todd's saying is if you're going to cosplay and you want to take it to its full, you want to become the character. It's a bit like, you know, you walk up to a Green Lantern guy and you go, hey, great costume, and they look at you and they go, it's not a costume, it's a uniform. And your first instinct is, wow, you're a jerk. Then, you know, 10 feet further along the way, you're going, all right, that's right, he's like intergalactic cop guy. Yeah, okay. But the thing about it is he's playing the role, right? He's not just put on a piece of clothing. He's actually taken it to the step of, I am the clothing, I am that character, I'm going to be that character, which, if you build something great that people are going to photograph, becoming the character is the best way to generate the best photos of that individual. So for example, I'm Black Hawk, so I'm a soldier. Somebody wants to take my photo, well, okay, as a soldier I would probably have said no. Might have shot them as a spy, but as a cosplayer, I'm sitting here going, okay, right, I have to give a pose. Well, I'm going to have a wide-legged stance. Why? Because, well, I'm a soldier. I'm supposed to project an era or an aura of authority, right? So a wide-legged stance, confidence, prepared. I have to stop and go, right, oh, that belly of mine, need to suck that in. Square your shoulders. I got to square the shoulders. Am I going to hold the sword? Which side of the body am I showing? Am I going to do it on an angle? All those things come into play, though, as a character. Why? Because when you do this, it's no longer a question of just standing there. One of our friends we were discussing earlier, who did actually a Steampunk Batman, is Shelley. He used to do these, we used to do photo shoot panels, how to do a good photo shoot. And he figured out for himself, one of the worst habits he had is he always does this. Do you want your see all the nostril hairs and everything? You want the shot of your shoulder to be like this. And so, once you develop a character, you actually get a sense of what you should be posing like, how you should be standing. It also will dictate what kind of gadgets, gears, gizmos, decisions you're going to make. I have two different hats I wear for the Black Hawk costume. I have an actual standard, you know, military officer's cap, but I also have the shako. Why did I pick the shako? Well, it's because it's more typical of the, you know, that 1800s kind of feel that so many of us use for steampunk.
In the fashion of steampunk, accessories play a huge role, modifying what might be a somewhat unremarkable Victorian costume into something quite obviously deviating from that. Function, decoration, these are most obviously blended into all sorts of fantastic creations. Most common in the steampunk characters are fob watches, goggles, parasols, ray guns, waistcoats, top hats, anything you might think Victorian and possibly Mad Max.
In the character, so there's a rationale behind the choices you make for what goes into your costume, how you carry yourself, how you walk. If you have a walking stick, do you have a walking stick for show? Is it a walking stick that secretly has a sword inside it for protection? That will dictate whether you're gripping it in your hand or whether you're actually walking with it as a gentle striking stride, or whether or not you're leaning more on it as you walk. Maybe you happen to be a soldier who has survived the Great Wars, you've now come home, you're a middle-class man, but you need the stick to walk. It's part of characterization.
What is the T?
Toronto Steampunk Society.
There's a T thing though going on.
Oh, the T thing, yes.
What is that?
I believe that's how the T duel is a 4.
The T duel, okay.
706.
Does anyone get hurt or?
Not that I know of.
Thank you.